I'm going to come to you, Adarsh, because this is going to be a pretty long one. I don't want to read anything on the internet about you because we know nothing. We know absolutely nothing about you. Basically take us from scratch. How did you land up here?
I actually belong to Jamshedpur. When I was in the eighth grade, my father got posted to Bombay, and my whole family decided to relocate to Bombay. And up until then, I was learning Hindustani classical music. And one of the reasons why my family relocated to Bombay was because my parents thought that I would have a potential career in music.
Are you a
I
vocalist?
started. I'm a vocalist. Yeah, I used to sing for a couple of bands in college, but originally I'm a classical singer. So acting was completely accidental. I was performing at Kala Ghoda festival, and somebody saw me and asked me if I was interested in acting. And like any other excited teenager, I said yes for the thrill of coming on TV.
Hmm.
And I went to a passport size photo studio with my father. Got three photos clicked because they were like my photos. Both me and my father had no idea what they meant by that, and we sent them passport size photos, and they were like, "Iska kya karenge hum? We want a proper portfolio shoot." So then we got a. I went to this place called Studio 19 Juhu. I got 10 photos for $3,000, and this was 2008. I was in ninth grade or eighth grade, and from there on, I started auditioning.
Which
Uh,
TV show was it, Adarsh, that you were then first part of?
the first project that I was part of was My Name Is Khan, where I played the young Shah Rukh Khan.
Hmm.
And at that point in time, my family probably felt that this would happen only once because I shot for 3 days, and on all three different days, different members of my family came on set to see कि अच्छा ऐसा होता है, ये होता है फिल्म सेट, अच्छा ये होता है वैनिटी वैन, अच्छा खुद का कमरा भी मिलता है, क्या बात है, अच्छा यहाँ पे ऐसे सब साथ में मिलके खाना खाते हैं। करण जौहर तो और भी लंबा है असली जिंदगी में, मतलब ऐसी ऐसी टाइप की। Over the years, I worked on a few films, I worked on a few web series, did a bunch of ads. Somewhere down the line, I decided that I wanted to take acting seriously. I think it was 2013 or 14, and cut to 2019. The first 5 months were sort of hard for me because work wasn't coming by. I was auditioning a lot, but I couldn't convert any audition for some reason. And then all of a sudden, in 1 month, I got three projects out of nowhere. And one of them was I really wanted to be a part of it. It was with a filmmaker that I look up to and stuff. And that was when I got an audition call for White Tiger. So my first thought was, यार के छोड़ो मतलब let's just focus on the task at hand because White Tiger is too big anyway. This is way out of my league. I'm not going to get it. So what's the point? But the reason I auditioned for it was because Tess Joseph, who casted for the film, I'd been trying to audition with her for a very long time, and this was the first time I got a call from her office. So I said, kuch nahi to at least if I give a decent audition, she'll call me again in the future. So let's just go and give an audition. Let's not overthink this. And I had read the book as a teenager, so I had a context to the book and the character. So I just went thinking that I'm not going to give this audition, and then 1 month later, Ramin called me and told me that we want you as Balram, and I had the most anticlimactic reaction because you build up this big moment in your life and you play it over and over again where you're like कुछ crazy होगा तो मैं तो पागल हो जाऊंगा चिल्लाऊंगा और somersaults मारूंगा पता नहीं क्या करूंगा और मेरा reaction था oh thanks because I didn't know what else to say like it was too big for me to understand what had happened and yeah this was June of 2019.
I mean, there's a line, Mukul, in the film which says something to the effect of the reason why they'll never find him, they'll never find Balram is because his face is like the face of half of India. Now that's a very tough face to pick, then, right? For a part like that, he has to look like half of India, which is which could
That
be
is
anyone, but they have to be great actors too, which half of India is not. Did you have multiple faces that look like half of India, and then finally everyone arrived at others?
I remember clearly seeing Adarsh in the audition, space that we had created with Tess. We had seen many people before that and we saw many people after that. Uh, and I felt clearly that this could be Balram. And, Ramin and me spoke and we both were like, this is the first person we've seen where we were clear that this can be Balram.
Raj, you made your debut about a decade ago, and this is a young actor you're working with. In this context, you're suddenly the veteran, right?
Well, Adarsh was very much prepared when he came on set. I think he did his homework really well. And And he's an amazing actor, as you know, as Mukul sir said, he is a really, really good actor. And I've seen him go. I've seen him act in Mom, in My Name Is Khan, and there's a film he did with Manoj sir, Rook, right, Adarsh? Rook. So I always knew that he's a really good actor. So it was not like for me, it was a surprise that, here's this new guy who's performing so well. I had my expectations from him. And he, of course, surpassed those expectations. And his commitment towards this character was something which really inspired me a lot. He whatever praises he's getting for this part is he's really deserved those praises because he's worked really hard for to play Balram. And for me as an actor, when you get a good co-actor in front of you, it's always amazing to do that scene. Because for me it's not only about your lines, his lines. Trying to create a beautiful scene together. It's a teamwork, and for us it was just about where we can take this scene from there, from where what's on the papers. Let's take it forward from there. And Ramin really helped us in with that.
Personally, for you, Adarsh, given how important this role is for the film to work, I mean, the lead doesn't work, the film doesn't work. It's somehow as straight and simple as that for something like this. Did you hang out with people of the class? Did you spend time what a lot of actors might want to do to be absolutely right in terms of getting reading between the lines for parts like this? Like, did you actually go through a process which is outside a basic workshop?
My biggest high of being an actor is the preparation time. Like that's where I have the real fun. When I get time to prepare for it. And I think I was extremely lucky that I got 3.5 months to prep as and for Balram. So what I did instantly was I packed off my bags and went to a village in Jharkhand called Chalkari Basti. I actually, through a friend, I befriended a guy who used to stay next to my building, and in our third meeting, I convinced him to take me to his house. And initially, he was a little weirded out by my straightforwardness, but then I told him that it's something that I'm preparing for, and he agreed because we had a conversation about life and our parents and stuff, and he hadn't gone back to his village for almost a year. So then we changed 5 modes of transportation between Bombay to his village. Reached his village. I spent 2 weeks there anonymously. I requested him to not tell anybody that I'm an actor. And even his family didn't know I was an actor. For them, I was just a friend who was trying to help him write a story about the village. And through him, I met the entire village. I met the elders in the village. I met his friends. I had some eye-opening experiences. Just the way they think about people in the city, what they think about what their aspirations are. I just wanted to understand all that. After spending a couple of weeks there, I came to Delhi, and this was in August. And I thought that I should work at a place similar to what Balram worked at, because Balram works at a tea store and he hates working there. He feels like he doesn't belong there, and he's meant for bigger things. So I got myself a job at a Redi in Saket in Delhi. Uh, so basically, for 2 days, I was looking for a job. I would go from one Redi to the other, asking them to give me a job, and I would be dressed in not in Adarsh's clothes, of course, but in Balram's clothes. I would wear my hair like that and keep my beard very untidy and unkempt. And I think I wouldn't have bath for like weeks and days together. It took me 3 days to get a job because nobody was giving me a job without an ID card. Everybody wanted to see my PAN card. On my PAN card, it was Adarsh and Adarsh's face, and I was introducing myself as Balram. And finally, a guy gave me a job for 100 rupees a day where I would be cleaning plates and cleaning the floor and serving people. So I worked at a stall like that in Saket for 2 weeks, and I absolutely hated it. And there would be moments in the day when I was cleaning the plates, sitting next to the gutter, and there would be these huge bandicoots running next to me, and I would be like, "Why am I doing this to myself?" But then, like, this is exactly what Balram would have thought when he was in the village. That why am I doing this to myself? Why can't I go have a better life than working at a tea shop? So during one such day, there was I was walking towards my hotel, and एक आदमी था जो 407 में ना, वो जो छोटी सी एक लॉरी टाइप की होती है जिसपे कंस्ट्रक्शन रॉड्स रखे होते हैं, तो he was parking his vehicle next to my hotel, and he saw me, and I was just walking past him, and he said, "Hey, इधर आ." तो पहले तो मुझे लगा कि ये मुझे बुला रहा है, किसी और को बुला रहा है, फिर मुझे समझ आया कि नहीं, मुझे ही बुला रहा है। तो फिर मैं गया, और उन दिनों मुझे बहुत डर भी लगता था लोगों से बात करते हुए, क्योंकि मैं मेट्रो वेट्रो में भी जाता था, तो कभी मैंने किसी लड़की को देखा तो मुझे डर लगता था कि पता नहीं मैं पिट ना जाऊं यहाँ पे। तो मैं बहुत संभल के रहता रहता था और आई कांटेक्ट मेंटेन नहीं करता था. तो उसने जब मुझे ऐसे बुलाया, मैं गया वहां पे एंड ही सेड ये उठाने में मदद कर दोगे, 20 रुपए दूंगा तुमको चाय पानी के लिए. So that moment when I didn't even open my mouth and I was just crossing and he called me and asked me to do this. Like I think that was when I was like, no, I am Balram. There is no doubt about it. Like, people just, I don't have to say anything even now. And just things like these, I used to get followed in my own hotel by the manager and his staff. They used to follow me to my room because it was like a चाची 420 situation जहाँ पे दिन में मैं बलराम के कपड़ों में निकल रहा हूँ और फिर शाम को मैं आदर्श के कपड़ों में मॉल जा रहा हूँ. तो उनको लगता था पता नहीं ये कौन है.
Something fishy, right.
Something fishy, something happening, and I wouldn't let them inside the room to create the suspense, to fuel the suspense. मैं जानबूझ के उनको रूम में साफ नहीं करने देता था ताकि उनको लगे कि मैं कुछ ऑफ आदमी हूँ. So finally,
Why would you do that? What pleasure are you getting out of that?
I was just playing around with them. So finally, when on the last day they came, my entire room was filled with chart papers and photos of Raj and Priyanka and Mahesh sir and all. So they got really scared. They probably thought I was a contract killer or something.
Right,
They were like,
exactly.
what is this random guy doing with photos of all these important people in his hotel room? So it's quite an experience.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.